Something is fundamentally breaking in our modern world, and it's happening inside our bodies. 20 years ago, if a 25-year-old walked into my clinic with advanced colon cancer, it would have been a medical anomaly. Today, it is a global emergency. As a physician looking at the 2026 data, I can tell you, we are seeing a 50% surge in colorectal cancer among young adults. This isn't just bad luck or genetics. Your DNA is not your destiny. It is a keyboard, and your environment is the hand that plays the keys. Most people believe that a stage 4 diagnosis is a death sentence, but the latest research on platforms like X is proving otherwise. We are entering an era where we don't just treat the disease, we hijack the cancer's own survival system. I'm going to show you how to literally starve a tumor from the inside out, using nothing but the bioactive compounds on your plate. We are going to activate your body's dormant defense systems to achieve what was once called impossible. To fight this, we must understand why the genetic excuse is failing. Only 10% of cancers are truly inherited. The rest are driven by epigenetics, the science of how your lifestyle flips the switches on your genes. We are living in a paradise for tumors. The World Health Organization classifies processed meats like bacon and sausages as Group 1 carcinogens, the same category as cigarettes. When you eat these, they park in your colon and ignite a firestorm of chronic inflammation that strikes your cells until their repair code eventually snaps. But your body has an elite police force, the immune surveillance system. Its job is to find and kill these copy errors before they become a threat. The problem isn't just that cancer is strong, it's that our modern lifestyle has put our internal police force to sleep. The most dangerous weapon in a cancer's arsenal is a process called angiogenesis. Right now, every person watching this has microscopic clusters of abnormal cells. Usually, they stay harmless and frozen, no larger than the tip of a ballpoint pen. Why? Because they lack a blood supply. But cancer is clever. It releases proteins that act like a molecular fertilizer, forcing your body to grow new blood vessels directly into the tumor's heart. Once that fuel line is connected, the tumor can grow 16,000 times larger in just 14 days. This is the tipping point. While Big Pharma spends billions on drugs to block this, your kitchen is a pharmacy in disguise. Specific whole foods act as molecular scissors, cutting those fuel lines before cancer ever gains a foothold. The breakthrough of 2026 is the discovery of the master key to immunity, a guardian bacteria called Akkermansia. Think of it as the drill sergeant of your immune system. When Akkermansia levels are high, your immune cells are sharp and aggressive, easily spotting the invisibility cloaks cancer cells use to hide. Clinical studies now show that patients who survive advanced stage 4 cancer are almost always those with a thriving population of this specific bacteria. If your internal ecosystem is a desert due to processed sugar and antibiotics, even the best medical treatments will fail. We are moving away from the old model of attacking the tumor and toward a new reality of strengthening the host. You have more power than you've been told. The rise of cancer in the young is a wake-up call to stop being passive. Your body wants to heal. It wants to maintain balance. It just needs the right signals. In the next phase, we are moving from theory to execution. I am going to give you the exact precision protocol I recommend to my high-risk patients. We will cover the specific juices that boost your guardian bacteria by 600%, the cooking synergies that make your food 5 times more potent, and the truth about the foods that the mainstream media is still lying to you about. You need real, science-based intelligence to protect your life. Your biological upgrade starts now, and what we discuss next will change the way you look at a grocery store forever. Now that you understand the war happening inside your arteries and your gut, it is time to talk about the counteroffensive. If part 1 was about understanding the enemy, part 2 is about your weaponry. To reverse the damage and activate your body's anti-cancer defenses, we must move beyond general health advice and enter the realm of precision nutrition. We are going to target the 2 most critical pathways, starving the tumor's blood supply and fortifying the gut shield. Most people wait for a diagnosis to change their life. I am telling you to change your life so the diagnosis never happens. The first pillar of your defense is the destruction of tumor fuel lines. In laboratory assays, Certain foods show the same potency as multi-billion-dollar anti-angiogenic drugs. Take green tea, for example. But don't just drink it, you must brew it for impact. The active compound, EGCG, acts like a sniper, targeting only the abnormal blood vessels that feed tumors while leaving healthy ones alone. To maximize this, steep your tea for at least 5 minutes at 175 degrees. Adding a squeeze of lemon juice increases the stability of these compounds by 5 times, ensuring they actually reach your bloodstream. This is not just a beverage, it is a molecular intervention. Next, we address the Akkermansia protocol. Remember, this is the guardian bacteria that determines whether your immune system wins or loses. You cannot buy this bacteria in a pill, you have to grow it. The fastest way to skyrocket your Akkermansia levels is through alagitannins. These are found in pomegranates, cranberries, and walnuts. Recent 2026 clinical data confirms that consuming 8 ounces of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice daily can increase your protective gut bacteria by 600% in just 3 weeks. This single habit creates a fortified barrier in your colon that prevents carcinogens from ever touching your cells. Let's talk about the synergy effect, the science of making 1 + 1 = 10. Take the tomato. It contains lycopene, a powerful anti-angiogenic. But if you eat a raw tomato, you absorb almost none of it. To unlock the medicine, you must heat the tomato and add a healthy fat like extra virgin olive oil. The heat changes the molecular structure of lycopene, and the oil carries it directly into your cells. Similarly, consider the power of broccoli sprouts. These tiny seedlings contain 100 times more sulforaphane than a fully grown head of broccoli. A single handful of these sprouts 3 times a week provides more cancer-fighting power than eating pounds of regular vegetables. This is how you work smarter, not harder for your health. We must also dismantle the myths surrounding soy. For years, misinformation has claimed that soy is dangerous for hormone-related cancers. The 2026 consensus is the exact opposite. The phytoestrogens in whole soy foods like tempeh and edamame actually block the aggressive estrogen receptors that tumors use to grow. More importantly, soy contains genistein, one of the most potent natural inhibitors of tumor blood vessel growth ever tested. Aim for 3 servings of whole, organic soy per week to lock down this defensive pathway. Finally, we must talk about the foundation of all colon health, fiber. But not the processed fiber from a box. We are talking about the microbiome fuel found in legumes and beans. A landmark study revealed that for every 5 grams of fiber you add to your daily diet, your risk of cancer mortality drops by 30%. That is the amount of fiber in 1 medium pear or half a cup of chickpeas. Most people are living in a state of fiber bankruptcy, and it is starving their immune system. By consuming 1 cup of beans daily, you provide the raw materials your gut needs to produce short-chain fatty acids, the very compounds that tell your cancer cells to undergo apoptosis or cellular suicide. Your protocol is simple but non-negotiable. 1 cup of berries for your DNA repair. 3 cups of green tea to cut the fuel lines. 1 cup of beans to fuel the guards. And a complete ban on processed meats that act as edible cigarettes. Consistency is your greatest strength. You don't need a perfect day, you need a consistent year. The rise of cancer in the young is a tragedy, but it is also a choice. You can choose to be a victim of your environment, or you can choose to be the architect of your own biology. Start today. Your future self is counting on the choices you make in the next 24 hours. I am Dr. Mike, and this is the science of your survival.